I know you want a magic number, and I wish I could tell you, like, this is the specific number you should never go below, or this is like the ideal target number of monthly searches you should go for. Unfortunately, it doesn't exist. Honestly, it will depend on your niche, it'll depend on your keyword strategy. It will really, there's so many variations and factors that depend. And like, to be honest, I talk about zero volume keyword strategies as well. So if I were to tell you like 300 should be your minimum, you're losing out on this really potentially high traffic source as well. So I will say, on average, I usually try and I prefer posts that are, or pardon me, keywords that are over 300 monthly searches. That is when I'm in certain periods. So for affiliate keywords, I don't care. As long as it gets at least 10, if it's a high value keyword, or pardon me, high value item, then I go for that keyword. The lower ticket the item is and like the less I can earn from it, the higher I want that volume to be. But for the most part, especially when you're getting started, you just want to do something. So whatever is easiest. So when you first begin, you want to go with the highest volume but easiest keywords you can go for. And that might limit you to volumes of 100, and that's okay for beginning. As you get higher and higher and closer to Mediavine, when I was doing my Mediavine push, I really focused on keywords that had over 1,000 monthly search volumes. And that really helped me grow quickly to get to my point, but they were all within a topic that I had built a lot of authority about, and I had done those 100 monthly search volume keywords before. So I can't even tell you on my site like what the division is. It really does depend. So I don't just write a keyword off based on its monthly search volume. Because also, to be honest, a keyword with a search volume of about 75 per month, you need to look and see, like, is it seasonal? Because maybe it picks up massively in the winter, and then it might be worth it. Or is it a keyword that you could combine with like four other keywords that are all syntactically the same? And then you could get about 200 out of it just from like combining these four relevant keywords. So you want to look at those considerations when you're deciding on the search volume. And to be honest, I don't think there's any that you shouldn't write for, but I always prioritize the highest volume that I can rank for, and then kind of write in order that way, as long as they're within my niche. And especially when I was doing my Mediavine push and I was really working on my topical authority for living abroad, I really only wrote about posts that had like a very living abroad scheme to them. And I've seen a lot of other people do this too, and it works really, really well for you to grow. So I don't want to say that like you need to target a certain number, because you are going to lose out on some really good hidden gems. And especially because travel keywords are still growing in their volume since the pandemic and since travel's picking up, they are not at their max yet. And you never know as well. Like, I don't know, 15 years ago, I went to Tulum as a kid and it was not popular back then. And now everyone's going to Tulum. So, like, if I wrote a post about Tulum 5 years from now, it might actually, the traffic could tank because it's over, everyone's done with it. So, writing in those lower volume keywords, if it's a good post, you just don't know. They could really, really do well later. So definitely look at opportunities that are relevant first, easy to rank, and then honestly, volume is like kind of the third to fifth metric I even consider after profitability, internal linking opportunities. Is it building my pillar? Because if I'm building a pillar, especially if maybe I have 6 posts in the pillar already, but I see that there's 4 posts with 10 monthly searches for each of those keywords that would make up 4 separate posts, but I know I could rank number one for them and they could bring up the whole pillar, that's worth it. That's an investment in your other posts. So it's not fun to do because it's like, oh my God, I'm not going to get a lot of views from that. But with the internal linking, it can actually bring like thousands to those other posts. So you have to think of it holistically and intentionally. It's not just that individual post's search volume that really matters. You got to look at every single variation, which is why SEO is very technical and takes some time to get used to. And also, to be honest, if you just think it's something really, really useful for your audience, write about it. Your audience definitely needs it and will know like that they need it, and that could mean that it's a hidden zero volume keyword that could also get you a lot of traffic. So I'm sorry that I couldn't provide like a specific answer of like definitely only target this monthly search volume. That's just not how it works. And if it did, we would all be, it'd be so much easier for us. We wouldn't need to do quite as many lists. Our list would be a lot shorter for keywords. But unfortunately, we have to put in this effort. because it proves that we know our users, it proves that we've done the research, and it proves that we know our stuff. So, and when you look at your keyword list, you definitely should have that done by now. Or if you haven't, go up to the keyword research strategy section and the competitor analysis sections and start evaluating those keywords. Like I said, for ease of ranking, for profitability, if it's an affiliate keyword, lower search doesn't matter, for its relevance to your topics and your authority in your silos, and internal linking possibilities. And then see if it's like valuable to your users and everything as well. And then look, is it zero volume keyword? Because then the volume doesn't matter because it's secretly much, much higher. And then lastly, look at the volume. So it shouldn't be your first priority, even though we kind of want it to be. Okay, I know this was a bit of a headache and you're definitely gonna be like, Nina still didn't answer my question. But unfortunately, that is the answer. Okay, so go and apply it as best you can and ask your questions in the Facebook group.